A third problem and issue that plagues Pakistani education system is linguistic inequalities. The Urdu-English medium divide in Pakistani education. We talk of equal opportunities for young people, but are you getting an education in the Urdu language, in the English language, in some regional language? That divide is hurting our students because they are the victims of linguistic inequalities in our own education system in their own country. Not fair to students. Role and status of different languages in Pakistan. The national language of Pakistan is Urdu, and arrangements shall be made for its being used for official and other purposes within 15 years from the commencing day. This was a strategy that was set in line early, very soon after independence, probably at the 1947 Educational Conference that Pakistan held in December. If Urdu is our national language and it needs to replace, that's what it says, arrangements shall be made for its being used. When were the arrangements made? Why is Urdu not the prime language of education in this country? Why do we still have English? Are questions that the government needs to answer. Because the 15-year time period for this to happen has long passed, and this hasn't happened yet. Who is responsible? When will it happen? Will somebody come again and take up another target to make sure that this happens? There are questions that only somebody in the government will be able to answer. Subject to Clause 1, which is what we just read, the English language may be used for official purposes until arrangements are made for its replacement by Urdu. Personally, I think this should not have been there. If Urdu was the national language and everything needed to change, it should have happened right then, not over 15 years. Because for 15 years, people continued to use the English language for official purposes. Nothing changed. It was working. Why would anybody want to go back and invest and change everything in Urdu? It was too late. This clause should never have been there. The Urdu clause should have worked from the very beginning without a 15-year margin to put it right. Without prejudice to the status of the national language, a provincial assembly may by law prescribe measures for the teaching, promotion, and use of a provincial language in addition to the national language. Again, if the provinces had the freedom to teach in Sindhi or Punjabi or Balochi or Pashto, why was Urdu going to come in? When was Urdu going to come in? The provinces neither developed their language for teaching, neither used Urdu for teaching, because English teaching materials, books, guides, readers, textbooks were available. Those continued to be used, and people continued to take out more books in the English language, and so English continued to be the prime medium of instruction. Now, these three clauses are part of the Constitution of Pakistan, Article 251. When are we going to change this? When is Urdu going to be the language in Pakistan for education across the board, not just in the government schools, because that, I feel, is another disadvantage to our students. So, what about the role of the two languages? Why do we have this Urdu-English divide? Urdu, national language, but the lingua franca and the mother tongue of only 7% of the population. Regional languages used mainly in informal social interactions. When families get together or when there's a family function, people resort to the regional languages. Urdu, the national language, only with 7% of the people claiming to be its mother tongue. No wonder that divide still exists today.